everyone, and welcome back to North Facing Garden. In today's video, I will be transplanting a rose from its original spot, and I'll be moving it across to my trellis. Now I know this is early spring, and as you can see, the rose is already starting to shoot, and I have to say this is not the best time to move it, but I have done the calculations and I'm happy with the risk. Now this rose is called Mary Alfred Carreri. It is a large shrub rose, however it can be grown as a climber. As you can see, these are shoots from last year, and I've seen a lot of people who've grown it successfully as a beautiful large climbing rose. And at this spot where it is, I usually have to really prune it hard to keep it tame, because obviously I don't have a lot of space in my garden. But I thought to myself, why not give it a chance to grow to its full glory by moving it over to another site. Now the reason that I'm moving it is because I had a rose here on this side of the arch called Peach Melba, but it's quite vigorous and I just couldn't keep it in check. So today my intention is to replace my Peach Melba, which I've dug out. And in order to make it easy off camera, I have dug out my Peach Melba, I have prepared a hole, and I have a little twist. I know that the question is always, are you going to transplant rose disease pest from the old rose? There's a method that I'm going to show you as I move along. Now first things first, I needed to dig out this, and to do this I'll do it and speed up the camera probably, but I'll need to dig around at least about 15-inch radially around the rose to keep the root ball intact as much as possible. So I'll get on with doing that and I'll come back to you. Although I succeeded in getting it out, as you can tell from my panting, it was not an easy job. Unfortunately, I think I've lost most of the root ball and it came out like so. It is originally a bare root, so anyway it looks like the root hasn't really established well, or maybe I succeeded in damaging most of it. Now the next bit of it, which is the most important part, is how I'm going to make sure to give it a good chance in its new home. The method I'm going to use is I will be transplanting it into this hole from Peach Melba. I have taken out the roots as much as I can. I've dug out the soil as much as I can. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be lining the hole with a cardboard box. I'm filling it with fresh John Innes No. 3, which is the soil for mature shrub rose, and then I will add some farmyard manure. Ideally, you want to be doing this with a lot of mycorrhiza fungi to encourage root growth. Unfortunately, I don't have any mycorrhiza this morning, and I'm really keen to get moving because the rose is already bringing out new shoots, and in fact it's a bit late and I hope it won't be too shocked for this season. But that's the whole idea. I successfully transplanted it. In order to prevent transplanting diseases from the old plant, I lined the hole with a cardboard box, filled it with fresh soil, which is a John Innes number 3. That's a loam-based soil for mature plants. This is a mature plant. And then I added some farmyard manure. Ideally, I would have loved to put some mycorrhiza fungi on the roots, but I don't have any at the moment. And I have backfilled and tempered it down enough to secure it. Now the only red flags for me is the fact that I didn't get a lot of the root out, so I would have to be cautious with watering during the growing season. And hopefully by the time, if I hope it makes it to the autumn, then it will have probably acclimatized to its new home. But I need to be mindful of watering during the summer. And also in terms of blooming, it may not do its best, considering that it might have some transplant shock. However, it's not fully leafing out just yet, so I will do my utmost best, put some seaweed on it regularly to give it a boost from the shock of transplanting. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. This new technique of lining the planting hole with a cardboard box, I recently came across it after doing research on how to successfully transplant roses, and I hope you will be able to apply it should you need to. And see you in the next video. Bye.